but what's the prospect for the Indian steel industry and what role can actually green steel play? This is a conversation that my colleague Bhavya had with the Steel Secretary. Listen in to that exclusive conversation.
Steel industry in India is growing very rapidly, and at this moment, if you ask me of the total volume of production, it's about 125 million tons, whereas the capacity is about 162 million tons. And the way it's growing and the rate at which it is growing, it should reach us something like 250 million tons of consumption, about 300 million tons of capacity by 2030. We are competent in manufacturing almost all grades of steel that the Indian economy for domestic consumption and export requires. We were looking at the data of the uh, proportion of the steel that you import as that of total consumption, and I think it has been progressively coming down, and it's less than 5% now.
Also, when we talk about the focus on made in India, so how is the steel industry focusing on more and more products being made in India and also exported with the made in India tag?
More than 95% of the steel consumed in India is comes from Indian steel makers. To different producers are innovating with different grades and trying to provide steel to different manufacturers, uh, including the auto sector, which is quite demanding and which is often changing the grade of the steel as the requirement evolve. And what is now coming as a hindrance is the fact that the foreign automakers take a lot of time in validation and approval of the steel manufactured by the Indian steel makers. Manufacturers have done MOU with us, and which will produce about 25 million tons of steel.
Okay, so that's the latest commentary coming in from the Steel Secretary.